said our neighbors were rascals. I thought it was so funny. Because that doesn't change love. That doesn't change destiny. That doesn't change the purpose of why they're on the earth and why Christ came. The cross is the same. It doesn't matter if they stayed rascals the rest of their lives. The cross doesn't change because they're rascals. The cross empowers you to see them through a truth so you don't see rascals. You keep loving them for destiny. You keep loving them for purpose. You keep treating them like they're called of God. Doesn't mean you can't see the rascal side of their behavior. You don't identify them as such, or you'll treat them as such. All of a sudden it's easier to avoid, easier to stay quiet. All of a sudden they're getting under your skin instead of you having brand new skin. And all of a sudden you're letting go and giving up on people because you're letting their behavior decide destiny. You're letting their behavior decide your faith towards their purpose, towards God's love for them. That's why where sin abounds, grace abounds much more. Not to empower sin, to crush it and overwhelm it and pull people out of it and say, hey, I'm going to empower you to be way more than what you've been. We tend to judge a book by its cover. And the Bible says you never, ever, ever live that way. You don't regard men according to the flesh. You don't see men for what they appear to be. You see men for what they're created to be. And when they seem like rascals, you know so much more. And all of a sudden, you see them change. You say, well, I wonder if they never change. It's never the legitimate question. The question is walk in love. Or the goal is walk in love, walk in the light, manifest His image. Are you with me? And don't let where a man isn't ever decide where you are. You let who He is establish you. Don't ever let what a man doesn't see become your vision. He's the light of the world. Are you with me? I've met countless well-meaning Christians that understand their Bible and do their devotion sincerely. And they're letting where people aren't and what people say dictate their life, and they don't realize it's happening. It's the way that seems right to a man. And then they gather friends around them that understand their go-through because they have the same and they understand their language. Now we have a lot of sympathy, feel sorry, and a lot of our prayers is for people around us to change and treat us better instead of for us to shine. And I've never seen people in that arena flourish and prosper and walk in the light. They tend to live up and down. And they get very self-centered and they don't realize it because all the attention is on how they feel, how things are going, who's treating them what, and if God's moving. I hope I'm making sense. This is all life-giving. It's not a correction. Man, if we'll live in the opposite of that, if we'll just wake up every day and say this. I say this all the time. I've said this 1,000 times over. I say this almost every church I've ever been in. I say, if you'll just let the gospel teach you this, that every day you wake up, nobody owes you a thing. Nobody owes you a thing. He gave you the kingdom. You're called to walk in the light as He's in the light, to walk in a manner worthy of Him. It doesn't say unless, of course, you just got laid off, unless your spouse is going AWOL, unless your children are acting out. It says you walk in a manner worthy of Him. You walk in the light as He's in the light. Yeah, but brother, you don't know what I'm going through. Yeah, but what did He go through to give you this wisdom? What did He go through to give you this grace? What did He go through to give you this perspective? So where are our eyes fixed? From whence comes our help? Or what we're being challenged by?